Welcome to the farm. We're here at Blue Stem Botanicals, and I am TJ Fink, hailing from New York City. We're gonna make a drink right now called the Punch Drunk Flower Power. And if you're looking for a fruit salad in a glass, look no further. Now, this is a non-alcoholic drink that can be easily converted to an alcoholic one at the end, but I'm gonna show you how to make the white tea version of this drink. Is gonna be our base. But first, I'm gonna add some fruit. So we're gonna add a strawberry, I would say here, and a piece of lemon, and some lime, okay? So we're gonna add that to the shaker. I'm using a 10-on-10 shaker, but I also like to prep my serving glass first. So we're gonna be serving into a Tom Collins glass, and I am going to garnish that with a little bit of honey. So we're using the Bar Hill honey today, and it can be a little bit tricky to use honey as an ingredient because of how thick it is, but as a garnish, it makes for a really cool rim, especially if you have a chilled glass. It sort of just sits on the side there with that little golden essence. And so now I'm gonna set that aside, and I've already got my fruit in here, just needs to be muddled. So here's our muddler, and what we're gonna do here is I'm kind of twisting the shaker in one direction while I'm pushing down and twisting the muddler in the opposite direction. And so the end result, I think I'm gonna add some watermelon in there too. Boom. The end result is a fruit salad in the shaker. Okay, so that is what that looks like there. So we set that aside, and now it's time to add the liquid. So I like to add my solids into the small side and liquids into the large side when I have a 10-on-10 shaker. And so we're gonna start off with the Spicy Turmeric simple syrup. One of my favorites. Oh, it's so good, so good. We're gonna add a 1/2 ounce. Okay, now I also have the bitter melon tincture here, which does have a little bit of alcohol in it. So if you have a sensitivity to alcohol, you will want to avoid this. But if you don't, I would say 1/2 milliliter is all you need there. And so now we're going to add our base, which in this case is the white tea. And I'm gonna go with 4 ounces there. All right, so you'll notice I have not added any ice yet. You always add the ice last because that's the dilution that you don't want to get ahead of too soon. And I'm gonna add all of the ice into the small part of the shaker here. And set that aside for a second. And then I'm gonna add my clean ice to the actual glass that I'm serving in. There we go, and now I set that aside. And now, ladies and gentlemen, time for a little flair. So you're gonna wanna make sure you got a tight seal on the shaker, hand on top, hand on the bottom, and you're shaking towards you, not the guest. Because if you lose control, now it's splashing all over the guest, but if you lose control this way, it's splashing all over you, which ideally no splashing at all, but you get the idea. So now, here we go. Kind of think of like keeping your arms loose like a big chicken. And if you have a permit, you can get a little athletic. Woohoo! So about 10 to 15 seconds should do it. And then we are ready to strain. Now there's a lot of viscous stuff in here from the fruit. So I'm gonna do a double strain. There we go. And you can actually kind of see in the strainer all the little pieces of fruit and seeds that would otherwise get stuck in your teeth if you didn't strain them. All right, and so I do want to leave a little bit of room at the top for the ginger beer. So this is kind of a botanical fruity punch, and I like to top it off with ginger beer. Now, don't blink or you'll miss my flair. There we go. And now we add the ginger beer on top. Wonderful. Garnish with a lime wheel or lemon wheel, a little watermelon, and I think just a little rosemary hydrosol to top it off. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the Punch Drunk Flower Power.